Good morning, everybody. This is Nina. Well, I had forgotten that I had bought these last spring and I did not do anything with them. So I am going to open all these up. I've already got started. I opened up this one. I'm going to open up all of these and then all of the boxes here that we got at, I think it was Family Dollar. No, it was at the Dollar Tree. But yeah, I'm going to open them up and put them in here with these little seeds that I've got and go outside and put them in the flower bed just the way they are and then throw some over on the hillside and we're just going to see what happens with them. It's a gorgeous day out here today, sunny. It's chilly, but it's a beautiful day. Steve's going to get started on rototilling the garden and we are excited about that.
Timber.
I'm sitting out here by the edge of the garden and I thought that I would go ahead and share with you guys some of the information that I learned. As I said yesterday, I've always wanted to try to grow asparagus and I didn't know a lot about it until I started researching. And I found out that, now probably most of you know this, but I did not know it. We've never grown it. But it takes, when you get the roots, it takes a few years for the plant to grow big enough so that you can harvest. And it will last for 15 to 30 years. It will have annual growth so that you can harvest it every year. So let me show you what it all looks like. Oh.
Hey, dog ain't barking while you're making a video. The rooster's crowing.
I know, it's always something.
It's always some animal making noise.
You're right. All right, so I got 3 separate root systems here. And these here on the top are called the crowns. And the legs of them are, of course, just called the roots. But what you do is, and I just found this out, watched a video, and I thought I would share it, is, I'll try to do it with one hand here. You lay these out like it's a spider. They don't have to be precise. But you want them to be out like in the shape of a spider. Miss Willow, Mommy's trying to work here. Watch out.
Well.
Go on, go with Daddy. Go on.
Well.
Okay, so you're going to lay these out, like I said. And she's back. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to dig a hole that is 15 to 18 inches deep and then 15 inches wide. And you're going to lay that root system. Wow, if my dog would get out the way. Willow, come over here. You're going to lay those out in the bottom of that hole that you dug. You're going to put 2 inches of dirt on top of this root. And then once the plant grows through that first 2 inches of dirt, you're going to add 2 more inches of dirt. and so forth. You'll do that until that hole that you dug is completely filled in. So today I'm going to make me an area right here at the edge of the garden. Steve's going to go over it one more time with a rototiller, and then I'm going to dig some holes for the... I had to pick those roots up. Miss Willow was trying to eat them. But anyway, so what I was trying to explain is when you dig your hole, it's going to be 15 to 18 inches deep. And you're going to lay out the asparagus root like I showed you in the fashion of like a spider. And then you're going to cover up those roots with about 2 inches of soil. Once the plant grows through those 2 inches of soil, you're going to put a couple more inches of the soil and so forth. You'll do that until all of the hole that you had dug is completely filled back up with dirt. And then you just let it grow. It's going to grow, like I said, it might take several years before you get a harvest out of it, but it's going to grow for like 15 to 30 years. So I wish that I probably would have got a couple more. I got 3 of the root systems. But yeah, I thought I would share, you know, I like to share the knowledge that I learn because I am not a Miss Know-It-all. I do not know it all. And the things that I learn, I love to share with everybody else. So I hope that that helps somebody out there. You know, I like asparagus fixed in the oven. And I was thinking the other day, what about our air fryer? If anyone's tried asparagus in their air fryer, let me know. But I thought you could do the same thing that you do in the oven with asparagus, you know, with a garlic butter and some Parmesan cheese. And if you have enough space, you can do this in a raised bed. And you can also do them in if you have large containers. So I'm just going to do it at the edge of our garden here by the chicken coop. It's probably going to get fertilized because as we take out the manure, the poop from the chickens, we usually throw it either hill down there. And we need to start us a compost bin. We haven't started that yet. But anyway, that's where I'm going to put them. So it will always be here as long as I live. I'm not going to live 30 more years. I doubt if I will. But if I do, or if I don't, people that live here beyond me, hopefully my son's children, will be able to eat asparagus that their Grammy grew. Well, I did about, how many inches was mine?
I don't know, 10 or 11.
And my chest started feeling funny, and I told Steve, you know, after you've had open heart surgery and had a heart attack, I get skittish. So he's gonna finish this for me, and I don't know, we'll work on the other 2. Well, Steve was asking me why the asparagus have to be planted so deep. So I went on and asked Google.
Now,
and
don't knock all the dirt back down in the hole, dog.
And it said that the ones that I had read were right about 15 inches wide. But it said 6 to 8 inches deep, not 15 to 18 inches deep like the ones that I had read. And that was only to keep from, like, when you're rototillering your garden. You don't want to go deeper than 6 or 8 inches, and because you don't want to tear the roots up. So that. Alrighty. We are going to take the crown and spread out the spider legs. I'll move the camera over here in a minute so you can see. Alright, see that? Then we're going to put 2 inches of dirt on top of that.
So we're getting this in tomorrow I'm going to get up and go over, like Nina said, I'm going to go over this one more time. We're going to plant 1 or maybe 2 rows of potatoes here, and then a row of onions, red onions. We got red potatoes and red onions. So, and then that area, little area down there that I did, we're going to try and do that. Excuse me, my back's hurting. So, we're going to try and do that with the 3 sisters, what they call it. The corn, the beans, and the squash together. So you plant the corn first. Once it gets to about 5 inches tall, then you plant the beans. And once they start coming up, then you plant the squash.
About a week later, usually?
Oh, about a week later? Okay.
Yeah.
About a week later, then you plant the squash. And they all grow together. The beans will grow up the corn stalks and keep them from falling over and provide nitrogen, I think it was, to the soil. And then the squash will keep the weeds from coming up. So that way you don't have to keep weeding it and stuff. So we're going to try that in that little area. And I don't know, we may still plant other corn and beans, a row of corn and a row of beans somewhere else too. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, but we can get the onions and potatoes planted tomorrow, and then everything else we're going to have to wait a couple weeks until it really warms up and stays warm, and we don't have to worry about frost and stuff before we plant, like the tomato plants and green pepper plants and all of that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you later.